Peace Collective, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. If you guys are new here to this channel, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. Thank you guys times 1,000 for being here and for deciding to spend your time and your energy here with me in these readings. As you guys know, this is going to be another general collective reading. However, we're going to get into another deep dive today. As you can tell by the title, we're going to look into the energy surrounding Drake at this time after the release of his highly anticipated Iceman album. Okay, if you guys are interested in readings that look more into celebrity culture, the entertainment industry, music, politics, I've got an entire playlist already curated. It's called the Deep Dive series. That's where you guys can find more readings just like this one. If you guys are ever interested in love readings, I do that on this channel. We do live streams every once in a while. I do offer personals. I do birth chart information as well. So if you guys are interested in any of that, make sure you guys check out the description box down below. Okay, just as a quick disclaimer, you guys, this channel is not a fan page. This is not a stand page or anything of the sort, okay? Everything in this reading is alleged until proven otherwise and for entertainment purposes only, okay? If you guys do resonate here with something in the reading, leave a like, share if you care, subscribe. I would love to have y'all here, part of the family, okay? So we're gonna get right into this. If you guys are aware, then I'm pretty sure we're all aware, Drake just released a highly anticipated album, Iceman. This has been in talks for a very, very long time. But it was a surprise that he dropped 2 other albums on top of that. I think the other ones were called Maid of Honor, and the other one was called Habibti. So I only listened to part of Iceman, the first drop. I didn't listen to the other 2. Honestly, it's just like too much overload for me personally to listen to 3 fucking albums in just a matter of 2-3 days. So I'm gonna need some time to really get through it. As someone who's not like the biggest Drake fan on the planet, but I do enjoy Drake's music, I was kind of looking forward to this. From what I've heard personally, this is not a spiritual take or anything. This is my personal opinion, so please don't take it to heart. It's not that big of a deal, but personally, I thought it was pretty decent. I actually liked the album. I liked a couple of songs. I feel like I have to give it more of a listen to really get more acclimated to it. But I will say, I feel like we get the same flow from Drake. It's like we know what type of cadence we're gonna get. We know what flow we're gonna get. I'm not saying it was bad. I actually, like I just said, I thought it was actually pretty good. But you just kind of get used to it. From my personal perspective, it's like when I hear Drake, I feel like I know what I'm gonna get. It wasn't anything like overly exciting for me personally, but it was still good. I appreciate that the experience over the last 2 years has kind of brought Drake back into that rap mode, at least on the Iceman project. I don't know about the other 2, but it's like, okay, you were getting into a bag here, Drake, and it's like finally, yes, because the last few projects, I think it's been a pretty collective response with Drake's last few projects. They've gotten a little lazy, they were a little lazy. So I appreciate the effort that was put into this Iceman project. I do. A little boring for me, a little repetitive. Felt like when you hear Drake, you know what you're gonna get, but it still wasn't bad, okay? It really wasn't. So I still need a few more days to marinate with it. But anyway, we're gonna tap right into this energy just to see what's going on with Drake overall. How he may be feeling after this drop. It was a pretty extensive rollout for sure. He dropped music video after video after video after video, so this seems very calculated. He was definitely taking shots. I feel like that was a given. We knew that was gonna come, him taking shots. I don't really understand the whole concept of taking people to court, your label, for certain lyrics and music, but you also spoke up against lyrics being used in court at a point but you went into court about lyrics and now you're still dissing people with lyrics. But anyway, whatever. To each man his own, right? But we're gonna get into this, you guys. You have a King of Cups here to represent Drake, being that he is a Scorpio. From my understanding, he's a Scorpio sun. I believe he's a Cancer moon, and he's got a Scorpio Mercury and Venus. So he's a Scorpio stellium. He is Scorpio down, okay, with the Leo rising. So we're going to get right into this. We're going to use a couple of oracle cards first. We're definitely going to get into this intuitive Kev Kipper deck as well, and some tarot to clarify, you guys. If somebody wants to timestamp the reading, you are more than welcome to. Thank you very kindly ahead of time. All right, Spirit team, please give us most clear and concise messages when it comes to Drake after his Iceman drop. Please and thank you. What is the energy surrounding Drake at this time? Please and thank you. I was also seeing rumors online. I don't think it's really a rumor. I wouldn't be surprised if this is true, but the 3 album drop was to get him out of his contract with UMG for good. Okay, you have Love Affair here showing up. It says Dirty Little Secret, Sex Fix, and Down Low. I'll get to that in 1 second, but with Drake, apparently he dropped all 3 albums so he could be released from his contract. The last reading I did about Drake, it's been months, so I might pin it in the comments, or you might just have to go on my channel and find it, but the last reading I did about Drake was that he was still in talks with Universal about reconciling with them, or trying to get back in good graces with them. But it kind of just seemed like he wasn't getting the answers or hearing what he wanted to hear, essentially. So we'll look into that shortly. But you have Love Affair, okay, Sex Fix and Down Low. That's the thing too that I picked up about this album. Well, he's done this a lot, but it's something I've picked up a little bit more immediately with certain songs on this particular album. The fact that, you know, he's slept with every other person's girl throughout his career. It's like he's been sleeping with so-and-so's girl. It's like, or he been bagged whoever's girl. It's always he's bagged someone else's girl. So that I don't really like. I mean, okay, I get what type of power play you're trying to make with that, but like these, if quote unquote these females are supposed to be a bunch of pass around industry hoes anyway, air quotes, why would that even be a dig? Why does that even matter? You know, but that seems to be a theme that I hear with Drake a lot. Oh, he bust down this girl, but she belonged to this one, that one. So okay, you know, talking about his sexcapades, but outside of that, what is this about, please? And the woman has an engagement ring or a wedding ring on her finger. What is this? And you know what I get with Drake too? I'm getting this intuitively. This has nothing to do with music, but I feel like with Drake, it's like I feel as though he desires something genuine and in depth, like something real. But I feel like his ego is like way too fucking far gone for that. I get this energy from him like he's wanted to settle down a few times. It just hasn't happened, or he hasn't found the right one. Fair enough, you know, don't rush, but whatever this, again, like hoes this, hoes that, I took down this rapper's girl, whatever. I feel like underneath the surface, it's like you want something real. You like minus the bravado, but whatever. Okay, you've got glow up here. It says new opportunities, new career, and successful business. I've seen this with Drake before, where if he were to exit the music industry or pivot into another realm, he would definitely do well in other avenues, such as like production, media, going back into TV and things like that. I feel like he had something in talks with 50 Cent at one point. I don't know what happened with that, but that might be something he's doing behind the scenes as well, like finding other ways or other avenues to make money with this, you know, down low, dirty little secret energy. Okay, it could be a secret that he's looking into other opportunities. But obviously, he's aware that this album was very highly anticipated. Looks like a spotlight. So the spotlight is on him right now, okay? successful business. Obviously, you know, the album seems to be like it's doing well. I guess I don't really follow like first week sales or nothing like that, but I guess when it gets here, it gets here. But it's like he's not really too worried about this album doing well. Why is this here for Drake at this current time, please? And thank you. What is this? Longing. Okay, missing you. Let's talk and a reunion. Wow, this is funny that this is showing up. Anytime I get this card in this deck, it always reminds me of like two camps or two different sides of family, two different groups meeting together over like dinner and drinks. It looks like a Christmas dinner or something, a Thanksgiving dinner, but you know, let's have a meeting. Let's talk over food and drinks and figure this out, okay? And it even specifically says a reunion. With who exactly? I don't know, because, you know, clearly Drake's been in this pass around women energy for a very long time. But this is showing up after the new career and business idea, business ventures, successful business. So I literally just started the reading with the intro saying my last Drake reading was about him and UMG trying to find a common ground and work together again. But I don't know what, again, I just don't think he was getting the reception or the money or the answers he wanted. And look at this, legal issue. So fuck it, let's take it to court. The court case was obviously dismissed and thrown out by the judge between Drake and UMG. But yeah, lawyers, court, and paperwork. You have happiness, joy, and healing. Okay, so why is this here? I'm gonna go more on this, and I'm gonna switch decks in a second. Why is this here, please? Isolation. Okay, here it is. Reflected. Rejected is what it says. Left alone and self-inflicted. I've mentioned this before too with Drake. Like, what's wrong with you going independent? I mean, you're literally like the biggest artist in the fucking world outside of Taylor Swift, I want to say. So it's like, what would be wrong with you being rejected or being left alone or going independent? Because in this case, we're talking about music. Isolating with music would be independent artists, right? Or isolating yourself from other people in the industry. But that's another thing too with Drake. You know, he has this mindset, and you guys can check my other readings about Drake. But this comes up with him a lot. Feeling like everybody's family, everybody's your friend. Like, no, these people are business. They don't look at you like family, Drake, just because you've made them billions of dollars. Unfortunately, you know. So he may be isolated, or may have been quite isolated from people that he was very close with or quote unquote considered family. Okay. And one song I do like a lot from the album is, because I love me a Drake and Future collab. That's one thing I do like. I do like Future a lot with Drake. I do. But that Ran to Atlanta song, I do like that one. That's one that stood out to me a lot. What did he say? Iceman turned what else? Iceman turned what else? Okay. It's like an icy cold background, all right? And even it's a giant teddy bear. So it's like he'd be acting all cold and ice box where my heart used to be. Shout out to Omarion. But it's like you're really a teddy bear on the inside. You want and crave love and affection. Okay. Why is this here, please? Clingy. Old exes, dead relationships, and old ways. So yeah, he has closed the door and completely closed the door on like people who he feels like have isolated him, or whoever these people are that he's isolated himself from as of late. Yeah, the door is locked, closed, shut on that. Old exes, dead relationships. Are you like a double backer or something? I don't want to go there, but okay. There could still be people, you know, knocking on his door, looking to deal with him, work with him, or come back up around him with these old exes and old ways. Okay, why is this here, please? And again, I see something here with him going back to doing something he used to do. Pivoting out of music. I'm not saying retiring or just throwing in the towel completely, but I just see him kind of pivoting a little bit if going independent doesn't work the way that he wants it to work or would need it to work. I honestly, I'll get to that shortly, but let's see, what is this? Narcissist, okay, egotistical, opportunist, and fragile. So, damn, I was just gonna say, like, something about this makes me feel like he doesn't have a whole lot of confidence to go independent. Because for all that, he could have bought himself out of his label. I'm sure, I don't know how his catalog cost, but I'm sure he could have purchased himself out of his label if he really wanted to. He could really go independent and be successful, but I just heard that might be dangerous. Whatever that means. I just heard that might be dangerous. Okay? But you have egotistical and opportunists here with narcissists. Yeah, it kind of gives the energy of, well, they'll be back. They'll want to work with me in no time. UMG. They'll offer me the money that I'm demanding from them sooner or later. Like the ego, I said that way earlier, like the ego is so loud and so strong with Drake. Okay, why is this here, please? It's like nobody ever stays away from me for too long unless I close the door on them completely. So it's kind of the energy of they'll always be back. Okay, is what I'm getting from him. Oh, what is this? And you have drowning. Okay, over your head. Overextended, and rock bottom. Look, she's drowning in feelings. And you have soulmate. See, I told you he wants something real and genuine. He'd be really drowning in his feelings and his emotions about some of these women, but in the same breath portrays them to be just pass around industry hoes, or you took this girl from this guy and you already been smashed so-and-so's girl. That type of energy is not going to attract a divine counterpart or soulmate. I'm sorry. Especially if you're not going to be honest with yourself about it. I mean, yeah, feminine energy. So he wants something genuine. Gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. His mom always shows up in his readings. So he might just consider his mom his soulmate for real, more than anything or anybody. I get it. Understandable, especially if you haven't found the right one. But, you know, he could have been just in his feelings a lot, in his emotions a lot. Creating this album, in the midst of this album coming out. I also feel that he's a little in his emotions about how people are going to receive it. Like, part of him is not too worried about it doing well, just for the simple fact that he's Drake, like he is who he is. But I do feel like part of him still worries or has some type of like emotions behind this. I mean, you're a Scorpio stellium. Of course you've got emotions behind a lot of shit. In a Cancer moon. So you're always going to have emotions with things, but, or lead with emotions. But I'm hearing a song by Bia. I think the song is called Millions. And she was like, I got the fuck up out my feelings and in my bag. Oh no, she was like, got the fuck inside my bag and out my feelings. So with Drake, it's like he realized he had to get the fuck inside of his bag, which is the writing, and to get to these albums and get the fuck out of your feelings. Okay, now I'm hearing Kendrick Lamar. Oh gosh, I promise that was not on purpose, but I'm hearing Kendrick Lamar like, understand that not everybody's gonna like you. Okay, and that's okay. That's okay. Drake may have this with the Leo rising, this need for like validation and attention to a certain degree, and now that it's so blown up, the ego, it's like everybody you thought was your family or really fucked with you to a certain degree, you realize that they don't, and that could have really hurt your feelings. Okay, but there's no friends in this business. I figure with someone like Drake, you've been in this game for way too fucking long to think anybody was your family. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Drake or not, it's just, I would have said the same thing, but Yeah. And I also see, I don't know why I'm getting this, but this narcissist and missing you, let's talk. Remember, I mentioned earlier how he actively was trying to get back kind of under, not under the wing of UMG, but kind of get back in their good graces and get what he wanted out of them. But it's like, you can't walk all over these people. You're not bigger than the program. Now, of course, I don't necessarily agree with the program or agree with, the machine and all of that. However, Michael Jackson wasn't bigger than the fucking program. Drake, you're not bigger than the program. Obviously, we're seeing Jay-Z, Beyonce, and them are not bigger than the fucking program. Once they're done with you, they're done with you. Doesn't make it right. Nicki Minaj is not bigger than the motherfucking program. Again, doesn't make it right, doesn't make it fair, but Nicki already knew, like, there's no friends in this shit. There's no family in this business. But with Drake, it's like, that's hard for him to accept. Essentially, okay? So we're going to get into this Kipperish deck, you guys. Intuitive Kev, shout out to you. And get a couple of these for him at this time. So yeah, he's isolated a lot. He was in his feelings a lot. And I'm kind of getting this energy of where he really realized, and probably this was probably 2 years ago at this point, that he had to get the fuck out of his feelings and get into his bag to transmute the energy to benefit him, which is exactly what he did, and which is what we're seeing right now. It took a little while, but it's still happening, Okay, why is it here for Drake, please? What is his current energy that he's in at this time? I keep getting like legal issues for Drake as well. I don't know why. I know that case with UMG is already kind of done. I don't know if he's planning to appeal or go back to court, but something here about legal issues I'm getting intuitively with him. Okay. Oh, God. Karmic masculine. Why are you showing up as a karmic masculine, Drake? You have confusion and illusion at the bottom. For those of you who don't know about this deck, Intuitive Kev, or I've never seen it used, this deck is very messy and it's very detailed, very straight to the point as well. Karmic masculine. Why is this here? Opposition. Okay. Opposition. So in house. Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, look. Didn't Drake's house get kind of shot up or something? I forgot about that. Well, he didn't get shot up, but so there was a shooting at his house not too long after that beef with him and Kendrick Lamar. But anyway, you have opposition here. So he felt very beat up. Like, it's giving the world against me. The world is against me, is what I just heard. Okay, so he could view, obviously, his opposition against him as karmics. Obviously, I'm sure, But opposition, that's like when somebody is against you. But it's like, what did he say in that song? What is this, a 20v1? Yeah. Enamor. Okay, that's like when you love or admire something or somebody. So he feels like, even his ops love him. Regardless of them being ops, they still love him. Okay, which is probably true. I get it. Why are you here, please? And again, no matter what he goes through or whatever he experiences, however, no matter how isolated or in his emotions he feels, he knows that he's still very loved and enamored by the general public, okay? And I told you, I keep getting this, you guys. He has a kid, okay? You got child here at the bottom. When I keep seeing this, I don't know why this keeps showing up, but maybe it keeps showing up because after some type of reflection or realizing how deep in his emotions he was during these last 2 years, maybe something has clicked or switched in him to like try to really settle down for real this go around or something like that. You have soulmate and enamor. Oh, and that's another thing too. Yeah, I just got to download, and I've gotten this energy with Drake before. That's why a lot of people don't fucking like him, because he shows up to them as a karmic masculine, because he's the type to play, dirty Jewish games. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. That's just how it came through. Play those dirty little hat games in the background of people's deals, contracts, and things like that, thinking he's, again, bigger than the program. And they view him as an opposition because he's always trying to get over somehow, somewhere on people. This is behind the scenes though, guys. This is like contractual paperwork stuff. And this has come up with Drake's energy before in regards to why people don't really fuck with him in a certain capacity. Maybe not music, writing a hook or whatever, but outside of the music and the business stuff, they don't fuck with Drake because, again, he's always after somebody's girl in a particular fashion. And he be doing weird, funny, small hat shit in the back and behind the scenes. I'm sorry, but that's come up with him before. It's not, people don't dislike Drake because he has a lot of money, okay? It's not because they're jealous of Drake. Now, I'm not saying like there's not a single person that's just not jealous. I'm not saying that. Of course, jealousy is very alive and well when you're somebody like Drake. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys is, and this has shown up in the energy before with Drake, these other rappers, they can buy Bentleys, $1 million houses, and I don't know, trucks and jewelry, and fly bitches out just as much as Drake does. So it's not like they're missing out on much that Drake has. Maybe besides multiple number ones, okay? I really hope that makes sense, what I'm trying to explain to you guys. It's a lot deeper than that. Behind the scenes, in the meetings with these small hat motherfuckers in the background, that Drake thought he was bigger or as big as the program. And that's why a lot of other artists don't really like him to a certain degree. They like what he can do for them. Doesn't mean they like him as a person, okay? Why is this here? Soulmate. Flying monkey. Wow, that's crazy. When I see flying monkey, it makes me think of a monitoring spirit or somebody in like karmic toxic energy. Someone sending people to watch you, okay? Ooh. Imprisonment. I don't think this is like a literal physical imprisonment. I get this more of like a mental imprisonment, being very trapped in his head and his feelings a lot. And I've gotten this too with Drake before. He needs to be careful. Again, thinking that he's bigger than the fucking program. Because I had already said that it could be a little dangerous for him to go independent, possibly. Dealing with these people. In this industry, you see what they're trying to do to Chris Brown. I think I might do a Chris Brown tap in. You see what they tried to do to Rihanna. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening with Drake, but I would not be surprised. Once a big ass artist like a Drake gets out of their grasp, out of their grip, gee, that's a hard train to try to control. Someone like a Drake going independent. Imagine if they didn't like someone like a Tory Lanez going independent. What the fuck do you think they're going to think about Drake going independent? Especially when they tried to offer him the money, but he just wouldn't accept it because it wasn't enough. Okay. Okay, North Node is showing up here. Someone living more in their North Node. So yeah, it's as if he's had a lot of time to reflect just on himself, how he's shown up in the world, how he's shown up to other people. Yeah, you know, he's filing and sifting through the ops. And the thing about a Scorpio, whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or North Node Scorpio, they will hold on to shit forever and a day. They will remember what you said on the third Thursday of April 17 years ago if you hurt their feelings, and then they might just get their get back next week. Like, they will hold on to shit. So at Drake, it's like, I get this energy from him. It's like, yeah, you know, fuck the ops, fuck all of y'all, this, that, and the third. But I'm trying to grow. I'm also trying to heal. I'm trying to be a better person out of this karmic masculine energy. I'm trying to find my soulmate, this, that, and the third. Yeah, look, healer at the bottom. I'm trying to heal now and all that stuff. Okay, honey. Shit, anybody can change. So the acknowledgement and self-awareness is good. Why is this here, please? thoughts. Yeah, and he's got love on his mind. You got a girl here with a heart coming out of her brain. Thoughts. So thinking about love or thinking about feelings and heartbreak, emotions. There's someone very in particular here that he has a lot of strong feelings for, is what it's giving. Of course, I don't know who this particular person is, but maybe during this dark night of the soul is kind of how I want to describe it. Led him, or maybe he met someone really significant to him emotionally during this dark night of the soul process. I don't know. This energy seems very heavy here. But he thinks about stuff a lot. And again, he holds on to things emotionally, at least. Why is this here? Expectation. Okay, just waiting for the right one, waiting for the right time. Yeah, look, relationship in distant future. Why is this energy so heavy here? Again, you guys, you gotta don't mind me, because I didn't listen to the other 2 albums. I listened to part of Iceman. I didn't listen to the other 2 he dropped. So was he talking about love, interest, relationships, marriage, or something in those albums? Expectations, like it's only a matter of time. Okay, he's got a lot on his mind right now. What is this, please? And of course, he's expecting people to love the album and for it to do well, just because, he's Drake and he feels like he put a lot of thought, a lot of time, a lot of effort into this as well. But wow, okay, mentally and emotionally unstable. And commitment. Wow. So yeah, he's like, he feels he's too unstable or not in the right place yet. Not financially unstable, but not in the right place, more so emotionally, to be in the right commitment right now. Yeah, look, animosity here. Interesting. Flying monkey and mentally and emotionally unstable. So he feels like his ops are gonna be sitting back and crying and watching him win, watching him succeed, while they all dwindle down the charts or don't even show up on the charts at all, with this mentally and emotionally unstable. It's like, you can cry and watch me win. What is this? An obsession. That's another thing about Scorpio too. Heavy Scorpio placements can kind of give off this energy of obsession or control freak. At least a negatively aspected one, okay? And look at this, manipulation. Jeez, what's this about? Flying monkey and obsession. Why is this here, please? What is this? What are you obsessing about? Or is this people obsessing over you? Or what are you obsessing about with flying monkey? What is this? Okay, there's too many cards, so I'm just going to take one. Mature woman. Okay, one fell on the floor. Oh, when you have false narrative here that fell. Okay. I mentioned earlier already how, like, the main love interest in his life could really be his mom, with mature woman showing up here. And false narrative? Yeah, okay, that's what this is. He feels like people are obsessed with creating false narratives about him, or obsessed with gossiping about him or talking about him. Whoever these flying monkeys are, whoever he may consider a flying monkey, okay? This false narrative. What is this false narrative about? Divination. Tried to fall out. Okay. Seeing the future. That's the thing too about Drake. He's very intuitive, but his ego is way too fucking blown out of proportion to follow his intuition the way that he needs to. I've gotten that with him before. And I also see he could have been getting some advice from his mom, or really confiding in her to, like, oh, don't pay attention to what people are saying. You're Drake. You're my Aubrey. Don't listen to what the naysayers have to say. You know, what is this about? False narrative? What is this a false narrative about? Relationship. So I told you, it's like a false bravado with how he be behaving or acting when it comes to women. It's like, in reality, you want to be in a relationship or you want something genuine. I just don't think he's found the right person yet. Surprise. Okay, why is this here? Travel. Oh, shit. Okay. Don't tell me you're going on a tour, Drake. You're going to break the internet if you announce a tour now, okay? Travel. Yeah, but mentally and emotionally unstable. It's like, this is him saying people are going to be sick if I go on a tour. They're not going to know what to do. Confusion is an illusion is showing up here again. Something about distance can be important as well. Yeah, it's like people were expecting him to go away or just be done or run away and never return. You have thief and intuitive Kev. There he is again. I'm telling you, he's very intuitive. It's just he don't be following it or listening to it. And you have thief here at the bottom. He feels like he was robbed or like people tried to steal from him. Not literally steal from him, but again, they weren't giving him what he felt like he deserved. And I'm a big advocate for that. Yeah, fight for what you feel like you are worth. Absolutely. I mean, I just don't understand it. Like, why were you fighting so hard to be on the label when you probably make twice as much money going independent? But like I keep saying, that might be quote unquote dangerous to do for him. I don't know. I don't know why he just won't do it or what was stopping him or what would stop him from going independent. But maybe after these 3 albums and allegedly wrapping up the contract, maybe he will. Okay. Why is it here, please? Trusted. Okay. Yeah, so he thinks about a lot of the people that he trusted, the people that he doesn't trust anymore. He's always wondering who he can or can't trust. So that's something very heavy on his mind a lot here too. Why is this here? Let me get one more. And we're going to get into the tarot. North Node and thoughts. Ice King. Here it is. What did he say? Iceman turned what else? Iceman turned what else? Okay, here he goes. Ice King. Iceman, Ice King. Okay. Yeah, it's like he's gone cold on a lot of people. He's isolated from a lot of people. And Ice King energy gives me King or Queen of Swords. So someone who, you know, might stay in their head a lot, or they just might be a little cold-hearted, just very straight, direct to the point, and keeping it short and keeping it cute, but very direct at the same time. Yeah, manipulation and evil eye. And he's trying to step more into his North Node for sure, it looks like. And look at this. Here it is, jealousy and envy. So he feels like a lot of people are jealous and envious of him. Of course, green with envy. But what I was trying to explain earlier as well, you guys, yes, that's true. People are jealous and envious of him, but the problem that people have with him behind the scenes is him doing the small hat stuff, trying to step over on people contractually and behind the scenes, and the whole concept of, you know, you F other guys, girls, that's not a flex. Like, people don't like that. That's not a flex, okay? You can like his music all day. I like his music, but that's not a flex. Like, why would people like you? If that's what you go off of, that makes that, I don't know, strokes your fucking ego. It's not cute. But let's see. Outside of that, though, I thought the album was pretty decent. I did. You know, from what I heard so far, at least. How do you guys feel about the album? Do you like it? Are you interested? Was it a one-stop listen and that was it? You know, leave a like on the video if this is making any sense to you. Share if you care, you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you guys here, but I keep getting heavy relationship energy around him, or wanting to change, do better, be the highest version of himself. I'm telling you, And, this is not about Kendrick Lamar at all, but did he send you? This experience sent Drake through like the dark night of the soul for real. It's like, damn, they sent you for a whirlwind, didn't they? Okay. Because if you have a catalyst that throws you into the dark night of the soul, that's some very significant, heavy stuff. Okay. Why is it here for Drake? Please and thank you. What is his current energy? Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask first, what is the current relationship between him and UMG? Obviously, he had to release these last 3 albums that just came out through UMG, but what is the relationship now between Drake and UMG, please? Thank you. You can't be serious. 6 of Pentacles. If you guys read tarot or watch enough tarot, you know the 6 of Pentacles is reciprocity, equal give and take, unearned income. Here's a loan. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Helping somebody out. I'm asking, what's the relationship between him and UMG at this point? Why you're not giving your label money? Now, granted, you're making them money, yes, but that's not what the 6 of Pentacles is about. What is this, Drake? Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just surprised. I thought you said fuck them. Okay, why is this here? What is the relationship at this time between UMG and Drake, please? Page of Cups. There goes an apology or an offer. Okay, what is this relationship between Drake and UMG? And again, it's giving not the biggest offer. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles is something smaller, not the biggest thing in the world. The Page of Cups is a surprise as well, an invitation of some sort, or just an offer, maybe even an engagement or a pregnancy, but usually an apology, if not a very small offer or an invitation. And obviously with the 6 of Pentacles, that's an offer or invitation of money. Why is it here? Drake's relationship with UMG at this time? I told y'all months ago that they were still trying to work together under the table. Why is it here, please? Drake's relationship with UMG at this time? The Sun. Now, the Sun can be exposure, yes. Things coming to light, yes. Okay, you got the Justice card in the reverse. What? So, maybe some type of freedom, happiness, or expansion, but like the paperwork is not in order with the Justice card. And I mentioned earlier how that court case between him and UMG was kind of thrown out. It was dismissed. The Sun card is brighter days ahead. Yes, it is truth and exposure, things coming to the light. But that is happiness, success, abundance. What is this relationship between you and UMG? What is this? The 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so they're still invested in you. This is the shit I'm talking about, guys. It's like, I fuck with your music, Drake, but it's like, dude, we went on that whole rampage. You went on a whole, not a trial, but a court order with your lawyers. How much money did you pay your lawyers to take UMG to court? I can probably imagine upwards of to millions of dollars. Okay. So we, the public, are supposed to be under the impression that you are not fucking with UMG at all. Yes, contractually signed to them, but you don't fuck with them. They're not giving you what you want. Why is the Sun here and the 7 of Pentacles? Investments, putting effort and money into something. 4404 on the timer I just saw. Now, patience is also a theme with the 7 of Pentacles, waiting for something to produce. Why would they invest anything else? Why would they still be investing in you if, again, the energy is supposed to be they weren't giving you what you wanted in the first place? 7 of Swords. Yeah, look, deception and lies, the truth and clarity. Ace of Swords or deceptive communication happening here. Wow. Okay. What is this relationship, please, between Drake and UMG at this time? Currently, please and thank you. You see, I keep trying to clarify and make sure my question is being understood, because this feels almost counterintuitive. But what is this current relationship between Drake and UMG, please? The Ace of Cups. A renewal? Love, abundance again? A new offer? The Ace of Cups. Any ace is like the offer, okay? Ace of Cups, this is genuine. This is love. I mean, it's like they invested back into him. Or they are looking to invest or making an offer to invest back into him. Five of Wands with this drama. Conflict and drama about the paperwork. Yep. It's like they're trying to renew with him. Or he was trying to renew with them, like I picked up earlier. But it's like, you don't need them, Drake. What is this? Relationship, please, between UMG and Drake at this time? Yeah, look, the Three of Pentacles. What the hell? Collaborating, working together. Like, if this couldn't be any more obvious. Eight of Wands, good news, travel, things happening very quickly. And you got the Death card here. To an ending. I'm going to have to clarify this. Are you working with them or not? Because that's what this feels like. What is this current relationship between you and UMG, Drake? What is this? And I can even feel the energy. I know if you guys have had a reading with me before, you know I can differentiate the energy from A to B to C to D. This kind of almost feels like with Drake, it's like I'm hearing the word elusive. Like, nah, don't get into that. Don't get into that. Is the energy that I'm receiving from this. It feels scattered. It feels like, oh, you want to hold back from that. But why? Why does it matter? Why is it here? What is this relationship with them, Drake, at this current time? Why is it here, please? The Five of Wands. Okay, we obviously know that there was conflict between him and the label. Bickering, arguing, fighting. What is it? 20v1. Justice in reverse again. Something being unfair. He feels like it's unfair or imbalance. Yeah, because look, the Queen of Pentacles is upright. You're not getting the money you want contractually from them. The Star in reverse. What you wished and hoped for, you didn't fucking get. But it's like there's still some type of negotiating going on here. There's still some type of money being put behind him. What is this? Ten of Swords. Okay. That can be like the ending of something. Backstabbing, betrayal. But look, here it is. The reconciliation. Okay, so which one is it, Drake? Are you ending the cycle or are you reconciling with him? Which one is it? Okay, and you got the Emperor. There it is. That's Big Lucian. That's Big Daddy. Okay, Boss Daddy Lucian. Ten of Swords and the Three of Cups. Damn. Okay, Two of Cups in the reverse. And you have the Ten of Pentacles here. So it's giving like we're not cool. Maybe like how we used to be. If I come up to the office, I come into your office, Lucian, give you a hug, bring you a Starbucks. Maybe that energy is completely dead and over with, especially since you took their asses to court. So they're not fucking with you on a friendly, kiki, ha-ha, personal level. But everything else that I'm seeing, it looks like business-wise, there's still some type of connection here. Now, granted, of course, you don't just poof out of a contract the second an album drops. You know, there's probably some maybe releases that have to happen, signatures going back and forth, whatever. But I've already gotten this, and this was months ago, that they were always still trying to work together behind the scenes and make something happen, but something feels a little funky contract paperwork wise, if I'm going to be honest. And that makes me just feel like he's just not getting what he wants, what he's asking for. Okay, what is this? Your relationship with UMG at this time, please and thank you. Six of Swords, okay. Trying to walk away or wanting to walk away, but with this Five of Wands, it's giving it's very difficult, very hard to do. Yeah, and then the Page of Wands in reverse, not going in a new direction. It's like you're stuck in between both or something. Like you don't know what to do. What is this relationship between you and UMG at this time? Please and thank you. Three of Wands, moving on to the future, expanding and broadening their horizons. Okay, and then you got the Six of Cups in the reverse. Usually in upright, the Six of Cups is the past, nostalgia, maybe still things coming up reminiscent from the past. But in reverse, it's like letting go of the past. Bygones are bygones, okay? And then, look, you can't make this up. 50, 55, I just saw 555. 10 of Cups. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's just reconcile the past. Let's heal from it. You know, this is business. It's not about emotions. Let's worry about the next project, the next endeavors. What's next? 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. Just back to business as usual. Oh, Lord have mercy. Are you serious? Now, because again, guys, I'm not a fan of the machine. I'm all for, fuck the machine, independence, woohoo, woohoo. But I just can't help but feel like for some reason Drake feels like he needs them when he does not need them. Drake doesn't need anybody besides maybe a writer and a producer and an engineer, like, and himself in a studio. But it's maybe he's just so heavily dependent on them. It's like, how would I even operate without their help or assistance? I don't know. And you have the High Priestess here. Yes, secrets, things that are hidden, things that are going on behind the scenes, in the shadows, in secret. Queen of Cups. Yeah, he's a very intuitive person, but he just doesn't follow it the way that he should all the way. And I mentioned already earlier how he could be, transitioning more into his North Node, which includes following his intuition more, especially with the Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Mercury, Scorpio Venus, and a Cancer Moon. You need to be utilizing your intuition. Logic is not always going to work for you, okay? If you have those type of placements, you need to lean on your intuition more because it's a very powerful tool, and that's part of his North Node is what it's giving. So this experience has definitely pushed him, or was a catalyst to get more into his North Node, into his actual purpose. Not saying that music isn't his purpose, but more of a spiritual purpose, a relationship, a marriage, because that is what he desires. I can't help but see that. Yeah, this is giving like a renewal with UMG. Let's put you on tour. We're just gonna get one more tour out of you. They be working Drake like a goddamn horse at Amazon. Okay, like that man be on so many fucking tours back to back to back. Like, bro, give this man a break. But yeah, Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. It's like, let's make money on the road, okay, overseas. Let's start over. Let's renew. This Ace of Cups, that's the offer. And the Three of Pentacles is literally collaboration. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, Drake. But I think we're supposed to believe, oh, it's fuck UMG. Fuck them, fuck them. Are you sure about that? Okay. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Drake. What else is going on with you? Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's the truth. What else is going on with you, Drake? Mental clarity here as well showing up. What is this? Oops. The Hierophant. You cannot make this shit up. Taurus energy, stepping more into a higher state of being, a higher self. Marriage, commitment, and being honest with yourself about it. Again, guys, I didn't listen to all 3 projects, so I don't know if he was talking about that in the music. about wanting to settle down and commit for real or falling in love with somebody. But yeah, Hierophant is discipline, commitment as well. And that could also be the label, the higher institutions of government or higher institutions of learning, the head honchos, okay? And you have the Ace of Swords with the Hierophant. It's as if there's some type of new beginning or new achievement with the small hats. It keeps coming through like that, or the people in charge. Again, the Hierophant is the establishment. In this case, with the Drake reading, the establishment is UMG. What is this Hierophant and Ace of Swords, please? Knight of Wands. Okay, passion, things moving forward quickly, impulsive actions as well. Knight of Cups. Yeah. And you cannot make this shit up. Here it is. The Knight of Cups, that's the offer. And then the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles upright is the independent artist. But it's showing up in the reverse. You're not going independent, or you're not willing to go ahead and take that risk, take that leap. Yeah, look, ignoring independence, ignoring going independent. Like, what? Five of Cups. Yeah, because he's not feeling confident about it. He feels like he would end up disappointed or not in the same light, not viewed the same, something like that. He feels like he would regret it if he chose to go independent. But I don't believe that. I feel like he would do just fine being independent. I can't imagine, like, because something within himself makes him feel like he might need them. It could just be the familiarity. It really could just be that. Yeah, King of Cups and the Six of Cups in reverse. Very heavy in his feelings and emotions. Okay, but it's like the Six of Cups is in the reverse. So maybe trying not to hold on to the past, even though it's got you very deep in your feelings. Yeah, and the Empress for emotional growth, or for growth in general, business-wise, prosperity, abundance, to birth something new. Obviously, these projects are all fucking new. Okay, the Magician, yeah, to continue to create the reality you want, to continue to manifest. And I told you before, yep, you can't make this up. Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. He had to suck it up and get out of his feelings, is what it's giving, and go back to Big Daddy Lucian, whoever these people are in the small hats, in the institutions, the Empress, and do what he had to do, is what it's giving. And that's really fucking unfortunate, because it's like, you're fucking Drake. You don't need them. King of Cups, this is him right here. And I already said before, you guys, he's definitely manifesting marriage and some type of stable commitment. I don't know if he necessarily wants to have more kids, but, you know, he'd be a solid provider. He thinks he'd make a good husband, a good man, you know, obviously someone who provides stability and love and affection. He's really manifesting the hell out of, like, a wife. Yeah, look, 10 of Cups. Can't make this up. Family, home life, happy wife, happy life, the white picket fence, the whole 9 yards. And that could be something that he pivots towards after these 3 albums. Or again, another business venture, going back to something he used to do, to pivot out of music and create financial stability for himself in another avenue. You know, I can see him going independent, doing other things, but for some reason the music is just like, I don't really understand why he doesn't feel confident or safe enough to do that. Again, you already thought you were bigger than the program, so what would be the problem? But what do I know? I'm not the small hats. I'm not the industry. I'm not fucking Drake. So, yeah, it's like the King of Cups taking the offer, the financial abundance offer from the Emperor. We call the Emperor or the Empress, the people in charge. And you got the Hierophant here, the institutions. You know, now I do feel like this album here is going to put him in a very high status as far as maybe like chart stats and selling 300,000 in a week and billions of streams, all of that. all of that, all of that, all of that. The regular, usual Drake stats type of stuff, right? Um, but what I worry about is after all this, it's like, are you going to continue to be a slave to UMG? Because you don't know how to be any other way? Because from what I'm seeing investments in him with UMG, collaborating, working together. Okay? I mean, there's drama and tension, but sometimes you got to suck it up and do what you got to do, is what it's giving. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only, you guys, okay? But yeah, this is going to put him in another stratosphere, I feel like, with the Empress. He can go on tour after this. Damn, I feel bad. Like I feel kind of bad because I thought it was fuck the machine. I thought it was fuck UMG. He even came at Lucian on the album, but I'm starting to think this is all a collaborative fucking effort. All of this. Now, after the end of this reading, that's really how I'm starting to feel. Does not have to make it true. You don't have to subscribe to that. That's fine. But I'm starting to feel like, was this all a massive plot the whole time? That'd be so fucked up. Talk about a massive energy harvesting of a mind fuck on the masses, right? Just for you to go back and stay with them anyway, or again, still be working with them on the low. Fair enough. Whatever. Do what you gotta do, Drake. Okay. Shout out to you in the album. But I'm gonna leave this reading here, you guys. I appreciate y'all so much for being here, for tapping in with me. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys leave a like, share if you care, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.